What's up, Sparks? My name is Chris. Welcome back to another edition of Sparkplug TV, where I do car reviews for the gays, the girlies, and everybody in between. Now, before I do start today's video, please don't forget to like this video, comment down below, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hit that bell icon so that you get updates on whenever I upload a new video. I know that's a lot to do, but please, it would really help me out. Today, I am taking in this crisp, beautiful fall air, this Christian girl autumn. It's actually really pretty outside, all jokes aside. I am obviously not on the road today. I am in trail, and I'm really enjoying myself, as you can see. And I'm enjoying myself so thoroughly because I am actually in the presence of one of the greatest off-roading vehicles to date. Awkward pause. The 2021 Toyota 4Runner TRD Off-Road Premium Edition. Let's get into the review, shall we? Today I'm actually super stoked to be reviewing the only Toyota I would actually consider buying. Well, I mean, that's not true. I would actually consider buying the new RAV4 because it's actually pretty cool looking and I like all the tech on the inside. But this has always been one of my favorite Toyotas. The 4Runner has been a staple in my life for a long time. I had a lot of friends that had the new ones, the older one, people who are obsessed with them. And I'm one of them for sure. The Toyota 4Runner is the second best-selling mid-size SUV, with year-to-date sales hitting 118,000, with the Toyota Highlander beating it out with 225,000 sales this year. It's pretty impressive when it's damn near impossible to buy a new car at this point. But I'm willing to bet that anybody wanting to buy a 4Runner is willing to put down a non-refundable deposit and wait for next year to buy one. So the first 4Runner was sold in the US in 1984 and was originally a compact SUV. Today it's considered to be a mid-size SUV and is on its 5th generation. The 2021 model actually has 9 levels, including 2 special edition ones. The base model 2021 SR5 has a value of $40,853, and the top end, the TRD Pro, has a current value of $53,027. All models come with a powertrain of a 4.0-liter V6 outputting 270 horsepower and 278 pound-feet of torque, and a part-time 4-wheel drive system. Towing capacity is pretty decent. You're able to tow up to about 5,000 pounds, the equivalent of the weight of a walrus. Fun fact. But while you're towing that walrus, you're only able to get about 16 miles per gallon on the city and 19 miles per gallon on the highway, which Toyotas are pretty well known for their miles per gallon, especially when it comes to the Prius, anything hybrid, but this, you're not gonna get very good gas mileage at all. So as I've already stated, this is the TRD Off-Road Premium Package. It has the XP Predator package that includes the TRD Pro Grille, the black exhaust tips, black emblem overlays, the Pro Step bar, XP badging, and 17-inch TRD matte black wheels, plus the all-terrain tire upgrade. According to Toyota's website, it seems that this package is only offered in the Southeast, and these accessories have to be installed by the dealership. The only way to get these options in other parts of the US is to get the TRD Pro package. So the TRD Off-Road and the TRD Off-Road Premium, like this one, are similar in exterior features like the drive settings, for example, for off-roading, rear differential locking systems, and the option of kinetic dynamic suspension system that is quintessentially just a leveling bar. It's basically just a stabilizer bar that's independent from the suspension that keeps you stable. If the front passenger side is, up on a rock, the back axle will be horizontal. Speaking of suspension, the 4Runner does have a pretty robust one with a coil spring independent double wishbone in the front suspension with a stabilizer bar, and in the back you have coil spring 4-link with lateral rod rear suspension. And it also has a stabilizer bar. The 4Runner is about 71 inches tall, which is about 4 inches shorter than I am. It does have a ground clearance of about 9.6 inches. If you do get the optional side steps, it does take away from that ground clearance and it doesn't do the best for your off-roading capabilities. It's kind of more for show in my opinion, but I have read articles that say that people think that it's a little bit tougher to get into because the vehicle is so tall. So it would be helpful in that sense, but I did notice when I was practicing going off-road on it earlier, it did get stuck on some things and it wasn't that practical in a sense. Being that this is the XP edition that's only available in the Southeast, It does have this Toyota Specialty Edition front grille that's mostly only standard on the TRD Pro, like I said earlier. But this is a pretty cool grille. I do like the other grille, but I think that this one does add kind of a badge of like, hey, look at me, I take this thing off-road, especially with the other, you know, blacked out emblems and the TRD, the side emblems. The headlamps are LED. You can get the optional LED daytime running lights. It does have halogen daytime running lights here, but this does also have the automatic high beams, which are an option. I will say that this hood scoop that's fake is really kind of irking me, but I mean, it does add to the cool factor of this car, I guess, but it's fake. Here, this pine needle, it's not giving the engine any air. It's not adding any like intake, you know? Kind of surprising to me that this doesn't have an automatic liftgate. You do have to manually open it. Obviously, it's not that difficult, but the trunk by itself does have 47.2 cubic feet of cargo storage. There's a couple plugs in the back. There's this house-style outlet in the back, as well as this power outlet right here. With the seats down, you do get 89.7 cubic feet of storage, though. You are also able to unlock and lock the vehicle with these two buttons right here. Kind of wish that these buttons were up and down for this back window right here, but it is what it is. All right, interior. Hopefully this time my camera will cooperate with me and we can get this show on the road without it being embarrassing. So the interior is nice. It's pretty rugged, just like the rest of the vehicle. It comes especially with the special edition TRD shifter. I've never really enjoyed the Toyota shifter. I think it seems a little cheap to me. I don't like just pulling it down. Like I like there to be like a button that I have to press into to make it seem like it's engaging. I don't love the fact that I just pull it down and push it back up. Like I just think that I've never really enjoyed that about Toyotas. There's a lot of different materials with like between like the leather wrapped steering wheel, piano gloss black plastic, like inject molding kind of plastic up here. The window and the lock controls on both sides of the front end of the car are all the way up here. I think it's a little awkward for the passenger, but I think it does make sense for the person driving the car. If you're holding your hands at 10 and 2, you can easily just kind of slide your hand over and control the windows and stuff. With the Toyota 4Runner, if you do get any of the special off-road packages, it does have crawl mode, and it does also have the different ride selectors. So if you're going through mud, loose mud, sand, snow, whatever it may be, it can lock the differential when it needs to, and it can control how much power it sends to which wheel. You do also have the 4x4 selector down here. This also does have lane keep assist and adaptive cruise control that you are able to do your daily drive with ease and not get a speeding ticket like I have in the past. Oops.
Do you know about this law? I didn't, so I said no. Because I didn't. And it's so much money, and I only have $47, and I'm not even supposed to go under 50, and I'm gonna get fined by my bank. Shut up!
And the infotainment system is pretty standard, just like all of the other cars nowadays. It's got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's an 8-inch touchscreen, does have a haptic beep. I do like the way that these buttons roll. The volume has like a very soft roll, and then the tune scroll has like a bumpy kind of roll to it. There's no automatic climate control in this. It's just the regular, degular, you know, low to high setting, and there's no dual zone automatic climate control. I do like these oversized dials and these oversized buttons that are just as big as the rest of the car. The one thing I don't like too is the heated seat option. Of course, I do like that it does have the heated seat, but I don't like these spin dials for the heated seat. I prefer a button, quite honestly, but the seats are very comfortable. It does have the TRD logo on the headrest, and it does have the red accent stitching as well around it. And they're very plush and they're comfortable, and both seats are actually power. You know? This does have surprisingly 10 cup holders in it. 2 in each front door, 2 here, 2 in the armrest in the back, and then 1 on each door in the back. I don't know why somebody needs 10 cup holders for a 5-passenger car. So that means what? That every person is gonna have 2 drinks? Like, I don't know. Being that this is a 2021, I don't really understand like why there isn't like a charging pad option or like wireless Apple CarPlay or anything like that. A lot of this stuff is pretty old technology, so to speak, but it does keep up with what it needs to keep up with. But at the end of the day, you're not buying a 4Runner for the technology, you're buying it to run in the forest, you know? Gauge cluster is mostly analog. It does have the little digital insert in the middle for all of the tech needs, like the tire pressure and the digital speedometer if you want one. Yeah, but in general, it's comfy, rugged enough. It's got all the options that you would need in a car like this, and I like the interior. So now that I've talked about the interior, let's take it out on the road. All right, taking the Toyota 4Runner TRD Off-Road Pro Edition for a little quick terrain run. So there is a little trail behind my parents' house, and I'm about to test it out and see how well it does. Turn on the multi-terrain select, and we're gonna do mud, sand, and dirt. All right, here we go. Going down this hill. Seems to be doing pretty good so far. I mean, this really isn't that difficult of a trail to be doing this on anyway, but next up, I'm hopefully gonna do some hill descent control style stuff. I'm not even going 2 miles an hour. All right. Do this tight turn. All right, just gotta readjust to get through this little dip here. Honestly, I haven't been off-roading in so long. I think the last time I went off-roading was when I was a teenager. So this is kind of intimidating, especially because this isn't my car. All right, here we go. Through this little dip. I mean, I definitely feel confident. Whew, this is tight. All right. I'm not even pressing the accelerator. This is just climbing on its own. This is really impressive. Oh. Okay. Ugh. Maybe pump it a little bit here. Woo! All right. Made it out. Yeah, that was fun. That was actually really great. Yeah, nothing slipped. I was really confident going through that ditch. Now let's try a hill crawl. All right, now what I'm gonna do is test it going uphill on a very steep incline. I'm going to try the hill descent control. I am going to turn the crawl on. We're gonna do it at a medium speed. And then, all right, here we go. All right, this is a very steep hill. Whoa. Wow. I did it. That was almost too easy. It's like braking for me. What is this? It's like, woo. Oh, whoo, this is so steep going back down. Oh man. Wow. Well, it did it. That was hairy. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty hairy. This thing is impressive. I'm very impressed by this. This is just, it's doing everything that it needs to for four-wheel drive. It's really great. Well, after all of that four-wheel driving, I think it's finally time to take it out on the road. The actual road. And as I always do, I start around this corner, and this is definitely not one for performance vehicles today. This is very much, like I said earlier, a off-roading vehicle. It's not the quickest thing in the world, and it's a little bumpy, it's a little boaty, you know, because it's a huge car. I mean, it's 6 feet tall, if not taller. It does have the bigger all-terrain tires that gives it a little bit more road noise than I would like. The Sport Edition would probably have a little bit better sound to it. Yeah, the visibility is good. There's not really terrible amounts of blind spots. I can see out of everything. This one doesn't have the blind spot monitoring system. That's an option that you can add on. It doesn't come standard, which is surprising, but it makes a lot of noise, but it takes a while to get up to 60. I had it in sport mode. You can just slam it over into sport. All right, we are coming up on a very tight corner. Oh, well, I didn't feel like I was gonna flip, but that wasn't the tightest. Oh, okay. Oh God. Yeah, not as confident around corners. It's a little sketchy. All right, y'all, final thoughts. So I think that this is an incredibly impressive off-roading machine. It's got a very advanced part-time two-wheel drive, part-time four-wheel drive system. I think it's time for an update, though. I think that it needs to be revamped, just like the new Tundra that just came out. The new Tundra is really impressive. It's got some really cool tech on the inside. It looks cool. This looks cool too. I think that this looks very cool on the outside, and it's decent on the inside. It's not bad, but I think compared to other modern day SUVs, I think it looks a little dated. And a lot of the technology in it is dated, you know, but I think everything else is very impressive about the car. I really like the cabin. But yeah, again, like I said, this is probably the only Toyota that I would actually consider buying. And still, I probably would. I mean, I like it. Thank you so much for watching my video. Thanks for subscribing. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I post new videos whenever I can. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey Sparks, thanks for watching today's video. If you want more Sparkplug TV content, click right here. Right here. You got two options. Choose one, or both.